Anyway, so this is the base. I don't know. You might have seen it, maybe once, twice, 1,000 times. It's very gray, but we're working on filling it in with some colors. So we have a few farms that we're going to be filling in on the corners over here. Also, Phoenix, thank you very much for the 100 biddies. Behind on projects? No. No, that would never happen. So this is our sugarcane farm that we built up, and it should be harvesting. You know what? It doesn't look like this side actually got harvested. Did I miss a torch somewhere? This side looks like it's not harvested, but this side is. I might have missed a torch somewhere. I guess we'll go check out that real quick. We're getting sidetracked immediately on a project. Because, yeah, this side's definitely not harvested. Hold up. Where's my entrance? Is it this one right here? Yeah, there we go. Did I just forget a redstone somewhere? Yeah, it's definitely going into here. Is that, like, not good enough signal strength? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's definitely good enough. I don't know what's happening. Flint and steel. Now we're getting into the Minecraft movie memes already. Also, I don't know if I have any game sounds. Do I have game sounds? Where's my game sounds at? I can't hear anything. Is it this one now? There's just no sound. Yeah. All you hear is my voice. Well, I mean, the music is in the background a little bit. I do not hear game sounds. It's not in the game, is it? I mean, obviously music should be off. What if I turn that up? Nothing? Hold up. I might have an issue in my system settings. No, it's not. It's not there. What's my default? Oh, output. It's trying to send sound to my monitor. Well, that would do it. Why? Why is it sending sound to my monitor? That thing has speakers? I didn't even know. Right. This one? There we go. There we go. We got game sounds. I don't know how that would ever change. That's a Windows update kind of change right there. Changing your entire system sound output. I was listening to things earlier, I think. Have I just not had any sound on my computer all day? I guess I wouldn't know. I don't really wear my headphones unless I'm, like, making videos or watching something. Anyway, I don't know if that actually went ahead and did the thing that it should have, so we're going to put a repeater on this right here, and then maybe that'll be fine. That'll make it pulse a little bit longer. Who knows? I don't know if this actually harvested or not. I mean, it looks like the lower ones are. If the upper ones still aren't, then we'll know that there's a issue further up the redstone line. Maybe I forgot a torch somewhere. It would have had to have been 2 torches, though. Otherwise, it wouldn't be... Oh, yep, look at this. 2 torches are missing. Or... Yeah, this right here. Okay, we just didn't connect this together. Okay, it's 3 pieces of redstone that are missing. That's all it is, people. Found the problem. I put down the bar for the redstone, but I didn't, I apparently didn't, like, install the redstone on it. Also, this is not quite inverted how it should be. It's actually 2 pieces of redstone and a torch. There we go. Perfect. Okay, great. Not a problem, everybody. Not a problem. Brilliant. Okay, how do I get out of here? Look at that. We already fixed the farm, and the stream is barely starting. I do have another problem of, like, I don't know how to escape my own redstone now. There's just trenches everywhere. Ugh, there we go. Brilliant. I should really add some scaffolding to get out of these things. But anyway, at any rate, this thing is producing some sugarcane, so that's great. So this is the sugarcane farm. We can now skip over that. We have the bamboo farm also over here, also working. Nothing needs to change on this one, right? Although, no, it looks like this side isn't being harvested either. Bro, really? Did I do the same mistake on both of these? There's no way that that's possible. That wouldn't happen. That wouldn't happen. You guys would have called me out on that. Surely, like... No, that entire right side is not being harvested. Whereas only some of these ones are. Bro. Ah! Yeah, all those ones just paused and these ones didn't. Bro. I should read chat more. I'm trying to read right now, but you're just making fun of me. Oh, yeah, it's right here. Same issue. Wow, on both of them? Seems unlikely. That should do it, though, right? Please don't advertise in the chat. Thank you. Appreciate it. You'll get banned by the moderators. And that's not a very fun time. For you, it's fun for them. They enjoy it. They're weird like that. Let's see. I think we build it up like that. Okay, so we should be good on that one now. As you can see, this one is actually producing quite a bit of bamboo. It is stacking to the front of the chest there. There's been a couple of issues with this, but we've been having a good time with it. Who was surprised by this turn of events? I was genuinely surprised. I did not expect there to be this many problems. Also, cactus farm. It's produced a total of 4 cactus. Look at this. It's doing good. This thing has not been running for very long, though. So, you know, be nice to it. It's new. It's a little baby. And also, it's a little lossy, so don't worry about it. And then we got our Enderman over there. He can't teleport out of the boat, right? So I just totally looked at him to be angry. Yeah, now that we've captured this guy in a boat, we can just stare at him all we want. Ha! What are you gonna do about it, Mr. Subscribe? You're not gonna do anything about it. If this was the Minecraft movie, I'd be having some weird visions right now. Anyway, I don't know what the guy's big deal is. Clearly, he doesn't die if you look at him. He just gets very upset. You know, he's just very self-conscious. That's all it is. Anyway, so what are we doing? We need to fill in 3 other farms in this area. I think it's 3. It might be more. It might be less. That's the fun part about the base. You never quite know what's happening. So we need to fill in a farm on this corner. And luckily, we put down signs so that I didn't need to remember what it was. It's going to scream at me. Well, I can't hear it. Yeah, so we're going to have a kelp farm right here. Allegedly. I have no plans for that, or how to build it, or I have not thought about that at all, so don't worry about it. And then on this side, the moon's upside down. On this side, we're going to have a melon and pumpkin farm. That's really easy. We already got a design for that. Not worried about figuring that out right now. That is for the future. And then we got a honey and honeycomb farm that's going to be going right here. We will actually be working on this probably tonight. Or at least figuring out the design for that. And then this side is the stacked flower farms. This is the next thing that's going to be going into the base. Because I'm trying to knock out all of the wool, which we've already done. So we're going to have a whole like storage hall just for the different types of wool. And then we're going to have a whole type of dye as well. We're going to have like a whole storage system for dyes. So we need to build, I think it's 7 of these stacked flower farms. This area should be just large enough, but we need to actually go ahead and design this a little bit and figure out a couple of design elements, because we're going to be building like 7 farms on top of each other. And obviously that's not very easy if you don't plan it right and design it right. So we're going to go design a new farm, hence the title of the stream, if you were reading that, which I don't think most people do, because why would you? It's not really important. It's not like a YouTube video. Unless you do. Tell me in the chat, do you read the stream titles? Or do you just show up expecting chaos? So I feel like that's the proper way to go. Yeah, so that's the current plan for the next 4 farms. Because that corner's already filled up with the 3. So then we're going to have a 3 there, and then it's going to be boom, boom, boom. And then this side is boom, boom. And please hold, I gotta walk over there. I should have waited. It's gonna be boom, boom, boom. Yeah, so just nice diagonal 3 farms, and then we can put like some moss farms or something. We haven't decided what's gonna go in the back corners of the base, because we could, if we put another farm right there, then it would be like boom, 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 just like a nice 4 diagonal, and then the entire outer edge of the base would be filled up. Besides this like middle chunk right here, which maybe we don't want to fill up anyway, because then it would kind of block the view of the statues. That is one thing about these 4 statues on this side, is that, you know, diagonal is a little bit blocked right there by the iron farm. But that's fine. That's fine. Diagonal deserves it. I mean, what? Actually, no, we should put a salt in the corner. Salt definitely deserves to be in the corner. We should flip-flop those 2 around. If there's an easy way to do that, I would do it. Hello, Elite. Welcome in. You read it, but you don't expect it to be relevant. That's fair. Seems like a fair few people actually do read the stream titles. I guess on YouTube it makes more sense. On Twitch, it's like, eh. My base is satisfying. Glad you think so, I guess. Thanks? Question mark? When you have a note from the channel, you read it? Or you just click on it, no reading? Fair enough, understandable. Thank you for the dedication. You do know how to read, right? You're not just saying that because you can't read, right? Just making sure. Just want to verify what kind of situation we're in right now. Whack. You guys are having fun with sound effects tonight, jeez. So that's basically the plan. Let's get on out of here and go figure out how we're doing things, shall we? So we need to decide how many of these flower farms we're actually building. I think it's 7. 7 is an easy number to remember, so I think that's what it is. Technically, it's going to be 8 different flowers, though, because the eye blossoms will be, you know, either on or off, depending on the time of day. That's actually something we should test, though. Like, do they change if they're underground? Let's see. One of these chests. Random direct bone meal plants. Oh, I already had a chest for that. Uses bone meal. Yeah, look at that. There's 6 in that one. And 7 in that one, with not counting coral. Okay, cool. So I miscounted on one of them. 6 normal flowers. And then 4 212 flowers. Okay, so we're only building 6. Yeah, look at that. We just saved the farm. Yeah, so we're doing blue orchids, white tulips, orange tulips, lily of the valley, cornflowers, and the closed eye blossoms. That'll give us the light blue, light gray, orange, white, blue, and gray dyes, and then sometimes the open eye blossom will give us orange. So maybe if we were being really technical about it, we would only need 5. And then if we wanted to be even worse about it, we wouldn't even need orange anyway, because you can just make orange out of red and yellow. Furthermore, we have the 4 too tall flowers, so lilac is giving us magenta, rose is giving us red, but also we have the iron farms for red. We're mostly going to be composting those, though. Peony is going to give us pink. Sunflowers is giving us yellow. Cactus, we did build a cactus farm already. We got that one done. That's giving us green. And sea pickles is giving us lime. I guess we'll also need a cocoa bean farm for the brown dye. And then the only ones that we're actually not getting from the base is cyan, which we'll be able to craft out of the cactus. See? Plans ahead. And, you know, the blue cornflowers. And then purple, which is just the red and the cornflowers again. And then the only one that you can't really farm easily is black dye. So, yeah. They need to make an easy way to farm black dye. Otherwise, we need a wither farm. Or an ink farm. You gotta farm living things to get black dye, which doesn't really, you know, it's not great. So we're gonna build 6 of these things, but also I want to grab myself an eye blossom real quick. Couple of these things. Because obviously if you have one of these open eye blossoms on the surface, it's gonna close up in the daytime. Takes a couple seconds though, right? They're only supposed to open at night. Are you gonna do the thing? Random tick speed off? We turn up random tick speed? There we go. Yeah, so now what happens if we put one of these on the ground? Oh, chicken, you almost fell down here. Okay, so it does close if it's underground. Interesting. So it actually knows what time of day it is. Well, fair enough, I guess. Fair enough. I guess we'll just have to run the farms 24/7. Oh, no. It's not like it's not nighttime all the time anyway. Yeah, so that's kind of unfortunate. I wonder if it closes in the end dimension. Like, what's the behavior there if it's in the nether or the end? Because there's no day and night cycle in those dimensions. So I wonder how they coded that. It probably doesn't change. If you have it closed, it probably stays closed, right? Unless it opens. I don't know. It's a smart flower. Either way, it's got a clock. It's got like its little smartphone out. It's like, I know what time it is. I know what time it is. Oh, here's some spoilers for the next tutorial. This thing's actually insane, by the way. Do you guys want like 36 stacks of wool in like 4 minutes? Because this is what you build to get that. It looks really dumb, and that's because it is. I should have recorded that today. That's the thing that I procrastinated on. Where are we going? Flower Farms is all the way over here. We were messing with this a little bit in last stream. I think it's like 600 blocks. Yeah, about 600. I like the new menu. Oh, for the worlds? No, it's horrible. I'm not getting used to that anytime soon. Chunk's still loading. You may encounter some mild performance issues. Interesting. They never used to say that. Right then, so this is where we kind of left off in the last live stream, and I kind of want to redesign this and tinker with it, so let's grab a structure block. Sure, I got one of those around here. Structure blocks are so nice. They're like basically my favorite block. Favorite creative mode block by far. I use these things for everything. Absolutely. I'm not very good at using them apparently, but I do use them all the time. Just copying over builds, making iterations of different builds is incredibly useful. Let's name this something. Oh, Flower Farm 1. So you guys will get a bit of the insight into how we design things in this live stream, because we're going to be going through some of the troubleshooting process, some of the design process, some of the ideas process, other stuff like that. What does this command block do? It teleports items. Wow, look at that. And this one kills the items. Wow, that's great. Welcome in, crew. How you doing? Stacks of wool. Can you trade those emeralds? Actually, I forgot that you could trade emeralds for wool. I never used the shepherd guys. But yeah, I guess you could trade them for wool. It technically uses some bugs, but it's been in the game for so long that, like, who cares? And also, it's a wool farm, so it's not really game-breaking technology over here. Okay, so I do want to try using hopper minecarts for the item collection. I think that would be a decent way of doing it, because I think if we flood this area with water, then it's not going to work as well. But also, let's just try this with dirt, because we should see if that even matters. Like, does it need to spread to grass, or can it spread to dirt? Because what this is relying on is we are bone mealing the flour directly to spread more of them. Wow, one flour. That's a great example. But normally you get like a bunch of flowers from this. So if we have... That's not what I wanted to do. Try and fill that in. If we have a flower right here, can we spread that up? Oh, you can't even bone meal it if it's not on grass. Interesting. I wonder why they chose to do it that way. Still can't bone meal this one. Interesting. So if there's no blocks available, it just won't let you bone meal it. Well, that's kind of smart, I guess. Does that mean that we could spam bone meal while the water's out? I think it could. Interesting. We need to make sure that applies to dispensers too, though. Because that's important. It does apply to... Wow, this game is so smart. Okay, let's flood this thing with some water over here. And see where we're at with that, shall we? Because if that doesn't waste bone meal... then that would be great. There we go. Both of those are out now. took some effort. This does not have any bone meal on it. Cool. Put some in there. Put ourselves a lever on there. And that's not wasting any bone meal. Okay. So that's kind of convenient. I don't think we'll really need to do that, but... interesting nonetheless. By the way, normally, if you wanted to, like, bone meal flour, you would have it at the same layer like this, right? So if you have it on a flat plane like this, then as you can see, you get like one flower, one flower, one flower, one... Wow, one every single time. That's horrible. Atrocious rates. Terrible. But if you just put it downwards a block, then suddenly 3 flowers. And then 5 flowers. So it's like massively more rates for seemingly no reason. Like 4 flowers. And then like sometimes they give you like 7. Obviously, you know, we have a much larger area. We should actually test out how far this can spread. And I wonder if it can jump air gaps as well. Just out of curiosity. So this is not an even platform. This is also a very old iron farm. This is technically bone meal positive as well. Oh, wow. Did that just spread downwards? Or am I tripping over here? I think the answer is pretty obvious. Right, so let's absolutely spam this thing, and we'll see how far it can spread. And it looks like it has the same spreading range as moss, just about, so 7 by 7. Okay, so that hasn't changed over the updates. Let's add a little bit more on this side, and a little bit more on this side, just to make sure. Yep, it's not even accepting bone meal, so we filled in absolutely every single flower, except this one. Is it not trying to bone meal to that one? Interesting. So it won't spread to that one, but it can place them there. So, like, as you see, we broke that one out. Now it accepts bone meal. Interesting. So it will put those over there, but it won't read those. Oh, no. Maybe it does. Huh. It's being inconsistent. Okay, so if it doesn't find a spot to put a flower, it doesn't use a bone meal. That's what it is. Okay. That makes sense. That's what it is. That makes sense. So if we design this in a right way, as you can see, we can get an incredible amount of flowers from it. I do want to try this as well. Let's remove all these. Let's try putting that flower down another block and see how bad it is. You know, maybe we get like 2 platforms out of this. The more spreading area, the better, right? Oh, that does actually go up. Interesting. I wonder if that's faster, though. Like, does that produce more flowers? Flower spread acting like beacon range? For sure. What bone meal farm am I building for these? We might build a bone meal fish farm. Or we might build a couple moss farms. I mean, we're definitely going to have a few moss farms in the base. Just for, like, occasional bone meal to power these things. Okay, so that doesn't go down or up. Let's also try having this up. Oh, wow, it doesn't go down a block, like, at all. Wow, that's horrible. I'm bone milling this a ton. And it's just like 1 flower. Cool. So I guess it really is just best to have it downwards by like a block. That's not centered. Boop, just like that. Because it's spreading upwards from this one, but it's not seeming to do that much. You can see it's like 3 flowers there. You know, 1, 3. Oh yeah, well that's obviously much better. 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12. 15 flowers from that 1 bone meal. So that's obviously much better. Yeah, so I think we'll just leave. I think we'll just go with that. I doubt these mechanics have really changed at all in like the last forever. So we'll just go with that. We'll just go with that. So I do want to get rid of these stupid water flowing things because it's going to kill our grass. You would also need the grass at this layer to spread back down. That's going to end up reducing our rates over time. And also, I feel like if we leave the area as the water's out, it's going to end up getting desynchronized. It does have the bonus of, you know, obviously, it's much easier to collect the items because you just flush them into a little water stream. No big deal there at all. Whereas now we're going to have to figure out a solution for getting a hopper minecart underneath here. And I think we actually want to do 2 hopper minecarts because these produce obviously a lot of items. Lots and lots of items. And also we have this convenient block in the middle. You might think that this is inconvenient if you wanted to run a rail back and forth. But this is actually going to be the ending point for our rails. So we'll just have them bounce off of this thing. And hopefully that'll be fine. I'm sure these rails are going to be a little bit funky. Sir, I'm trying to build a farm here. You are not wearing a hard hat, and neither are the llamas. This is very unsafe for your health. Look at that. You all die just suddenly out of nowhere. Spontaneous death. It does happen in these farms. Gotta watch out, guys. Really gotta watch out. It might produce some leads, though. Might produce some leads. Bedrock being inconsistent, that would never happen. Never! Dude's a menace. Yeah, a little bit. A little bit. So it's gonna go this way, this way, this way, boom. And then this way, this way, this way. Oh, okay. So we have to start maybe from that backside. We run the cart from over there, run it this way, loop it like this. Could do. You know what? Let's actually connect these in the middle for a second. Also, we are never removing the flour from this farm. It's not happening. Technically, you would be able to, like, swap the flour out if you really wanted to. But that ain't happening. Okay, so now we just put, like, our grass block right there. We can power that from somewhere. Right, yeah, how do we power these? I guess we could use redstone blocks. I'm not particularly worried about it. Obviously, you could power them from beneath these blocks with some levers. For convenience sake, I'm not going to do that. I'm in creative. I'm going to flex my resources that I have infinite of. And also, I have just legitimately way too many redstone blocks in survival on the Truly Bedrock server, so we are not worried about that. And if you're worried about it, go build a witch farm. Okay. So now we could make this rail loop around again if we really wanted to. Have both of our minecart unloaders on the same side. I'm not particularly worried about that. And also, I'm curious as to, like, where these items actually end up. So let's turn this on for a second. I'm thinking the items will get shifted around a little bit. How do I turn this on? So we might not need rail lines underneath this right side. There's no bone meal on this. And it's also incredibly loud. I just discovered this. We're probably also going to want to design this farm with a clock on it that can be adjusted to different speeds. Yeah, see, I think all the items will get dragged on top of this one, so we might not even need a rail on these very edges. Yeah, because items will never get, like, just on this side. They'll be over here as well. Oh, unless I'm completely wrong on that fact. Oh, wait, yeah, no, there's the middle section where the middle blocks don't move. That's right. Yeah, there's not really a way around that. Lead farm. Can you grow flowers on mud? That's a good question. You might be able to. Because mud is useful because you can put hoppers directly under it, but that would be so many hoppers. Let's try some mud. Welcome in, Curly. You heard flex while coding some CSS. Thank you for reminding you that your code looks good now. You're welcome, question mark. I know nothing about coding, so I'm glad that it looks good, maybe? Apparently, it does not grow on mud. You can bone meal it while it's on mud, but it doesn't spread to mud, which seems counterintuitive. Yeah. Huh. That might be a bit of an oversight. Should we report that as a bug? We might be able to report that as a bug. It seems inconsistent at the least. Although, like, I wonder if it works with, like, podzol and stuff, too. Podzol, mycelium, because that would be the real test. Moss. Oh, we could try using some moss in this build. Although that wouldn't really work with our piston pushing mechanics. No, so it doesn't work on that. Doesn't work on that either, but it does work on mud. I don't know. Maybe, I think it should work with mud. It should spread to mud, anyway. If you can bone meal it on mud, it should spread to mud. That would be my thought. You know what? We'll test moss while we're here too, actually. And we'll test the pale moss too. Just out of curiosity. No big deal. Doesn't work on pale moss. I'm guessing not on regular either then. Nope. Strange. And then I guess the other question is, does it spread to these things? Doesn't seem like it. No, it doesn't. Interesting. I guess that makes sense. Stop! You violated the law! Are you... Isn't that from Oblivion? Speaking of, Bethesda released the remaster of Oblivion today. Just shadow dropped it. It was leaked and all that stuff, but kind of maybe wanting to play that. I don't know. I'm gonna watch some videos and see if it's good. But if it's, like, good, then, like, I don't know. You guys might not see me for a while. Just saying. Moss is basically grass. Well, not the flowers it isn't. You're wrong, good man. You know what? We could actually just put this piston right here. And then that would solve that little problem where, you know, we need that rail line. So that just saved us 2 rail lines. Also, that'll make our item collection a little bit faster. Same thing goes for, like, this side, technically. Just stream it. Maybe. If we were going to do that, I'd have to do that, like, you know, soon. Crescent PS4. Yeah. Is it only on PC? I don't know, actually. I don't know anything about Oblivion. I got into Skyrim in, like, 2015. So I was already late to the party on Skyrim, let alone Oblivion, which came out in 2006! 19 years ago. It looks really good, though. The screenshots from the trailer, man, they look really good. It looks way better than Avowed. I played some Avowed. I didn't really get into it. For the whole game was about, like, well, you're not wrong. Why is my monitor turned off? The other monitor's turned off. My left one, not the right one. I don't know what's happening. You just joined. You've been subbed since 13,000. That was a very long time ago. That was like... When did we reach that? That was like in 2019. Welcome back, I guess. How you doing? It's also available on Xbox, PC, and PS5. Oh, okay. Well, that's cool. What am I cooking up? We're trying to cook up some flower farms. So we also have the question of how do we want to bone meal this thing? Now, if we were using the water streams, there was the idea of bone mealing this from below, which is acceptable. We'll have to supply this with bone meal like this, which does mean... which does mean that, like, we would have to stack it up. So the next layer's carts would go right here, which isn't quite ideal. Or we could just suck it up and accept some losses and just do this. Boom. And now the next layer could go right here. We would be losing some efficiency, and I wouldn't really be happy with it, but you don't get what you want in life, so, I mean, this would technically be about as flat as you could get it, right? And then we would fix that and box this back in. And then, how do you activate the dispenser? Oh, nobody thought about that. Until we did, it would be... You can maybe do something like this. Hold up. Yeah, this would work fine. Slightly less efficiency, but, you know, you're missing out on 6 blocks. Yeah, so I think I would just do, like, maybe a trapdoor here or something. Although you did lose some items in there, so maybe we would do, like, a dropper. Yeah, something like that. So then you're not powering the hopper, you're minimizing how many things you're doing. This is a really efficient use of observers right there. Did I do that on both sides? I did. What's the point in that? I don't. Maybe that's important. Maybe it, like, double pulses it. Because if I did it on both sides, I think that might be important. Yeah, so this is the main observer. So why is there... You know what? We're not going to worry about it. I do know why that redstone is there, so it doesn't power that dispenser. I think we also need it on that side. What's this farm for? It's for flowers. Many, 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 many flowers. Speaking of, let's get some flowers in there. So we're going to do the blue one, orchid. Always forget the name of this thing. Let's let it as an orchid. Orchids are so nice. Might be my favorite flower, by the way, in Minecraft. Let's also get some bone meal in there. Bone meal does have a space in it. It's not something that I realized until I made that fish farm video. I was like, wait a second. All right, well, let's turn it on. And then I guess we have to turn it off so we can synchronize it. And then let's turn on our hacks real quick and see if this is actually efficient. Get our little speed hacks going. So we're gonna slow this game down to 0.1% speed, and so bone meals, harvests, bone meals, harvests. Bone meals harvest. Okay, good. That's how it should be. We're actually going to make sure that this is powering only when it should be. So let's put a redstone torch on there. Obviously, we're going to have another layer of blocks right here as like our ceiling. So don't worry about these items up here on the upper edges. That's actually not a problem. You know what? We could also just change how we're doing the hopper minecarts. If we're doing it like this, we could have one hopper minecart on this side and another one on this side. And then you don't even need to go down the middle of your hopper carts. So we could just have our hoppers be going the other direction, which is also acceptable. Right then, so this torch is here to tell us exactly when the dispenser is getting powered. When this is off, the dispenser is getting powered. And as you can see, it's gonna chew through some bone meal. You know what? Let's go ahead and kill these items, too. They're kind of in the way. I guess if we're killing items, we don't need these in the way. Being able to see is really important when you're designing a farm. Okay, so it looks like it's getting powered twice as much as it should. So it gets powered there. Doesn't spread. Which I maybe doesn't matter. Super lag. No, the game is not actually this lag. I'm slowing it down. Slowing down. Is it activating twice as much as it needs to? It doesn't seem like it, actually. Maybe it just wasn't really spreading that many flowers. Interesting. Sometimes it barely... Oh, yeah, so sometimes it's not putting out flowers when it pushes the ground. You see that? It's like that time it did. I wonder if it's wasting bone meal on that. Not really a good way to see that happen. Yeah, sometimes it misses it. Let's actually slow this down, and we will get a different clock in here. Because maybe that observer clock just isn't that great, you know? You will need to invert one of these, so it's going to be like that, maybe? That's not working very well. That seems to much work better, yes. Maybe more compact with lays for collection. Maybe. I thought about a lays earlier, but I don't know. I mean, we could try it. Just join the Discord. Welcome in, Mike. Hope you enjoy it. Yeah, we're using Cheat Engine to slow down the game. Very convenient for farm testing. Okay, let's see about this. Oop. Okay, it looks like the observers are less consistent than this one. So this should actually produce more items in a shorter amount of time, just because it's more consistent with when it spreads. See that? We're not missing spreading on some activations. So that's great. Also, I'm realizing that we don't even need that observer there. We can just have a piece of redstone. Dang, look at this. It's crazy. We just burned through, like, so much bone meal. Let's, let's put a couple stacks in there and see how fast this goes. Oh my, wow, this thing just absolutely crushes the bone meal. Let's turn on our item collection one. Command blocks, am I right? Oh my god. We might need to figure out some item collection, guys. Maybe we should just slow down the farm. That might be the ideal solution. What up? We need to see how many flowers we get from a stack of bone meal. Because that wasn't even a full stack. This is from 3 stacks of bone meal? Oh god. Oh no. What if I use the layers? I don't think they're gonna be fast enough. Bro, this is... We're gonna have to slow down the farm. Yeah, item collection becomes a problem at a certain point. Game mode S, so we don't delete those things. Okay, so we just got 10 stacks of flowers within like a minute. Let's pull up the calculator. So 64. Let's just call that a flat 10. 640 items. Yeah, that's gonna be more than 9,000 per hour. Let's times that by, you know, 60-ish. 38,000 flowers an hour. Cool. We're gonna do that a little bit better. Let's get out our timer application real quick, and then I'm going to try and do this as best I can. You know what? Let's actually put it on 1% speed real quick, and then we'll start the timer and put the game back on regular speed. There we go. Yeah, let's see how fast this actually burns through items. Or burns through... Oh, okay, wow. It's faster than a minute. Oh, it's more than 38,000 an hour. By far. We're at 15 seconds. So this uses a stack of bone meal every 20 seconds. Cool. So 38,000 times 3, 115,000 flowers an hour. Great. We're so cooked on item collection. We are so cooked. Hoppers move 9,000 items an hour. Quad hopper speed? No. 16 hopper speed. Jeez. Well, I think we made a flower farm, guys. We don't need that extra, we don't need that extra item collection from those 6 blocks. I think we're good. That was over 10 stacks even. Yeah, so it's fine to call it 10 stacks for the math. I think at that point, who cares if you're off by like 5 items? That doesn't really affect your grand total rates when it's 115,200. Oh no, guys, it's only 115,000. 200 off. Yeah. So, now the real question is, how much do we get out of that in a composter? That is a great question. This is your first stream. Welcome in. Hopefully you're having a good time. Normally we're in survival, but we're doing some testing right now. How many flowers do you want? Yes! That is the correct answer. Right, we're not going to wait for this thing to be going at its normal speed. That still doesn't feel very fast. How to make an overclocked flower farm. Yeah, I think we're going to have to slow down that clock. And then maybe we can get that down to like 50,000. Scale down the size of the farm. I mean, we could. We could scale down the size of it. Maybe we just do like a 3x3. I wish hoppers were this fast. If hoppers were this fast, man, we would be fine. This is like hopper minecart speed. We we got exactly a stack of bone meal out of it. It is bone meal neutral. That is incredible. It is bone meal neutral. When we had the extra 6 blocks down there, it was slightly bone meal positive. A stack in was a stack and 12 out. Wow, bone meal neutral. That is crazy. I did not expect that. Bone meal with space neutral. I mean, that's something, I guess. Something. So, oh, we have a sheep in there. Guess it's a sheep farm now. There's sheep up there, too. Yeah, so if we made it any smaller, you couldn't compost your flowers to get your bone meal back. So the solution to this is just slow down the farm. Also, we need to write this down. So it's 115,200/hour with 1 tick. Or sorry, two tick clock. Okay, so that's too many. Too much. It's too much. Stop it. Go home. Eat a sandwich. Take a nap. Come back later when this is a smaller number. Let's see. What can we do to make that a smaller number, actually? I don't actually know, but I do know that we need to modify this so we can get our hopper line coming in from the side. So many hoppers. So many hoppers. Unnecessary amount of hoppers. All of these can be slabs. Redstone line can go over the top. This can power that block. And then, maybe not. You know what? We'll just have the redstone torch be on this side. There we go. Solved it! Yeah, so slightly smaller farm now. We can even rotate this clock to be in a different position. That's actually how it should be. But I'm not worried about that right now, because we gotta figure out how to make this farm a whole lot slower. Let's put ourselves another stack of bone meal on this thing and see how slow we can really get it. We might need a much slower clock. If we're gonna rely on hopper minecarts for item collection, like even that is too fast, man. It's too fast. I hope your sandwich, or sorry, I hope your nap is a very long one, because we are not ready for you to come back yet. This is the jankiest clock ever. Don't worry about it. There we go. That feels about the right speed. Someone was asking for Nether exclusive farms. I mean, with the skeleton farm, magma cube farm, piglin trading hall, ghast farm, fortress farm, strider farm, dying in a lava lake farm. What's the command? Kill items? Oh, it's just a kill command. Yeah, it's just that right there. Blaze farm? That Blaze farm's a good one. Hoglin farm? Oh, man. Hoglin farm is something I haven't messed with in a while. So, this doesn't feel too bad. Now, the real trick is going to be getting this to stack well. Let's break out some blocks here. So I think what we want to do, I'm saying we're gonna remove all this. This does actually mean that you could replace your flower now if you wanted to. There's actually gonna be room down here for that now. Let's have both of our hopper minecart item collection on this side. We're gonna want this cart to go fast. It needs to really pick up some items. I think that... Oh yeah, no, so the end is gonna be over there, okay. I think we can get away with less power rail, but that's fine for now. Not worried about it. You know what? Let's actually push this out by a block. Okay, so something like that, and then we'll do the same thing on the other side. So you'd have 2 hopper minecarts unloading right there, probably shooting those items out into a water stream, and that would be fine. And then, oh wait, yeah, I didn't push this out by far enough. By far enough? Okay. Yeah, so that would be our item collection rail lines. That would be perfectly fine. So now the real thing that I want to do is figure out how to stack this. So the real way to do that is to make a torch tower going up the middle of it, kind of like how we have it for the sugarcane and bamboo farm. So it's going to be sort of like this. And then you could stack this up. And all these would be on a slight delay. And then you could just have one main clock down here at the bottom, and this would look way less janky, actually. Especially if we rotated it so that it's nice and clean like this. Got a nice little lake underneath us, too. And then let's just set it up on a clock like this. Piece of redstone dust, and I think we're good. Yeah, that should be totally fine, actually. Harvest, bone meal, harvest, bone meal. Cool, so there's always going to be flowers out there. It's not going to harvest after every single bone meal. But now we could stack this up basically infinitely, which is exactly what we want in a stackable farm. So each one of these is actually only 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks tall, because this roof right here is actually where you're going to have the rails for the next platform. So that's really convenient, actually. I think that's as small as you can make it. I don't think it gets any shorter than that unless you use a laze for item collection, in which case you could stack these up where the next layer is like, well, no, it would have to be the next layer is right here, because then your flour would get bone mealed on this block, and it would go up a layer. So I think with that, you would save 1 layer, so it'd be 3 tall instead of 4. That's mine. Welcome into the chat. Bombing out the nether for ancient debris? That's kind of the way to go if you want a bunch of ancient debris. A live Ravager farm? Why would you do that? Yeah, so normally if you have cobblestone in your moss farms or whatever, in your stone generators, that's usually due to lag. Usually. It's not really... I guess you could say it's a flaw of the stone gens, but really it's just kind of a lag problem, because it relies on the lava flowing faster than the water and like going downwards faster than water, which shouldn't be possible. But alas, here we are. It's not really a way to prevent that from happening. Okay, so now we need to, yeah, do another test of this, really. See where we're at with this. So we'll get a stack of bone meal. We will kill all the items. That thing should be teleporting all the items anyway. And we'll see how long it takes to use a stack of bone meal. Then that'll give us our hourly rates. And we already know how much bone meal it gives us per stack because it's like 10 stacks. That hasn't changed. The rate at which we get those 10 stacks has changed though. So let's go and slow it down. Oh, that's the speed up button. My bad, I knew that. Slow it down. We will put that in there and see how long this takes. Yeah, this is much slower. This should actually be a perfectly reasonable speed. Not too bad. Now I'm thinking we can have even the redstone line go up the middle. It could go like this, so we could try a design like that. Then we won't need the redstone over here. That would maybe give us a little bit more flexibility. So it looks like this is going to be about 80 seconds, or no, let's let it get to 32. So we're at 50 seconds. So 100 seconds instead of 20. So 5 times slower. So our 115,000 getting divided by 5 takes us to 23,000 flowers an hour. Okay, that's not so bad. How many ticks is this on? Oh, right. Oh, that's actually not on 4 ticks. That should be on 4 ticks. Let's see. So that should be, what, 1 minute and 40 seconds? If I did my counting right. Looks like we're on track for that. We're on 1 minute 30 right now. Having slowed the farm down is kind of complicated. Yeah, it is. Minute 36, minute 38, minute 41. Give or take human error. So yeah, minute 41, that gives us all of our same stacks. Let's go ahead and just confirm that is actually 10 stacks. Looks like we got, ooh, what? What? Yeah, 10.5 stacks. It produces more items. That's not, no, stop. Stop it. So maybe it would be slightly bone meal positive now, like by 1 or 2. Interesting. Interesting. We do technically need to put that other repeater on 4 ticks and run the test again. Because that was a bit of an oopsie doopsie. Good thing we double checked that. And then actually we will have a lever down here as well. And that's how we'll turn on the farm. Put our bone meal in there. Guess we can get rid of that tower for now. And RNG from bone meal. Yeah, there's going to be a little bit of RNG. I didn't think it would be half a stack of RNG, though. Because the other times it was like a stack and, 9 stacks and 58, and then it was 10 stacks and, what, 4 or something? 10 stacks and 1. But now it's like 10 stacks and 37. That feels outside the range. So maybe it's being slightly more reliable now that it's slower. I don't know. That's the only thing I can think of, but it's probably just RNG. Random number generation. Okay, let's go ahead and restart this timer. And we will turn that on. And then give this another minute or so to see what's happening. So it should run a little bit slower. It should be worse than 23,040 per hour. Actually, this was 9, 10. Let's recalculate that while we're waiting. So that's 10 stacks. So 10 times 64 plus the 37. And then that was in 1 minute and 40. Oh. I don't know how to calculate that into an hour. So I'm going to thank Diagonal for gifting a sub to Capuchin. Hopefully I'm saying her name right. Thank you for gifting yet another sub to the community. Who knew slower is better? Sometimes. Sometimes. Yeah, so 677 items in a minute and 40 seconds. We can figure out how many that is per 10 seconds and then figure out the minute rate from that and then times it into an hour. I don't know. Listen, trying to do math on stream is a universal no-no, but I'll try it. So we'll times that, we'll divide that by 10, because that's how many? That's 100 seconds. Yeah, wait. It's 67.7 per 10 seconds? $60 every 10? Yeah, 67.7. Because it was a minute and 40. It's 677 items in a minute and 40 seconds. So if you divide that by 10, because there was 60 plus 40, that's 10. 100 seconds. Yeah, okay. 10 seconds. Okay, so now we times that by 10. Boom. No, wait, no. That'll just get us back to where we started. Times that by 6. Okay, so 400 per minute. Okay, now we can get hourly rates. Now we times that by 60. 24,372-ish. Oh, I forgot my timer was going. No! Okay. Okay, we gotta redo that test. I was busy doing math. This farm ran out of bone meal as we were doing math. Listen. This is why you don't do math on stream. Universal problem. I knew it would be a problem. Did you guys get the same number that I got, though? 24,000 some? That seems about right. $24,130? I got 24,372, so somehow there is inconclusive math. The jury is still out. Let's just call it 24,200. We'll compromise. There's gonna be some RNG in there anyway. So 24,200-ish. Put that little squiggly line right there. That's per hour, and then that's from 16 ticks. Yeah, so quite the decrease there. Oh, there's a sign in there now. So what are we at for this thing? We're at 1 minute for 30 bone meal. So this should take, you know, maybe a minute 50. Why not run it for 2 minutes, then multiply by 30? Yeah, I mean, we could do that. Also, it wouldn't be... Oh, no, I guess it would be 30. Yeah, we could do that, but we're just testing a stack of bone meal right now. Because I also want to see... our bone meal return. Just call it infinite. Infinite! You guys haven't left likes on the stream? On YouTube? How dare you? Come on, guys. You're supposed to leave a like. Support your small, local, homegrown YouTubers. Farm fresh. Okay, so that is about a minute and 47 seconds. Yeah, so essentially the same. You're building the right farm right now. Very nice. Hopefully that goes well for you. Yeah, we could run it for 2 minutes. That would be the smart way to do things. But you see, we're streaming right now, so we're not allowed to do smart things. Okay, let's turn it off. Let's see if we can't save this redstone right here. Go down another layer, get that redstone on the bottom. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Yeah, so that shouldn't really have changed the rates at all. It's still going to be about 24,000 per hour. So I want to see if we can run this redstone over the top here and how exactly that would change, if it would change anything. Also, I'm realizing that we don't need this dirt right here if we're Not gonna be having anything down there. Boom! I just saved you 6 dirt! You should be thanking me for this. So expensive. I thought I removed all these Minecraft songs from the playlist because they're so much louder than all the other songs that are in the playlist, but they apparently did not get removed from the queue. Wow, 6 dirt. You're welcome. See, there's people that play Skyblock that are going to be really appreciative of me saving them 6 dirt. You want to understand. So now let's try and do this, I guess. Need that 6 dirt too? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Don't need that slab there. I guess we'd be breaking the dimension of the farm if we went like this. We could do the redstone clock on this side, I guess. Because then I think this will stack up just fine. Because you can make like redstone hoppers out of redstone ladders out of hoppers, right? You can. Great. It's gonna be running slow enough anyway that it doesn't matter if we power the hoppers. So just more convenient, better redstone. You have questions? Then ask the question. Go for it. Don't be shy. Just do it. That goes for everyone, by the way. Streams are basically just glorified Q&A sessions. That's essentially all a live stream is. This is just a really convoluted way for you guys to get to ask me questions any time of the day, any day of the week that I decide to stream. Right then, let's go ahead and get rid of that, I guess, and then we'll just put like a little bit of redstone right there. And then there's no bone meal in this. So let's actually put some bone meal into this hopper right here. Oh yeah, no, so the bone meal is going to have plenty of time to flow over here. Yeah, see, this is stocking up on bone meal constantly. Although the problem with this is that it is not bone mealing every single time, so we actually just halved our rates. Now, there is a way to fix this. Sort of? Is 425,000 channel points too many? Yes. Yes, it is. Also, why didn't you do an Ultraflex, Vader? You had the chance to get a statue built. You didn't do it. Old Rusty, welcome in. We're building Flower Farm. We're trying to make a really compact one that's stackable. Now, my idea was to put an observer right here and then a dropper, but I think this would just end up clocking itself. Well, not if we did it on that side, but we can't do it from that side. Because then we can have a repeater in here. Yeah, so we just do it like this. Yeah, see, now it just clocks. I mean, technically that does bone meal the thing. Yeah, so I want this to pulse twice. The only real way to do that is an observer. Let's see, observer, and then let's get like a repeater in there maybe. That would maybe help a little bit. We're making this thing way more convoluted than it should be. I mean, that does technically work, though. Can I make a 500,000 point channel redeem so you can waste your points on it? I mean, I made 100,000 channel point redeem and you didn't waste your points on it. So, like, come on now. It's a Q&A with live background gameplay. Exactly. Exactly. You got it. Yeah, you could use this for Nelium and Fungus. It's essentially the same deal. Obviously, this redstone down the middle is kind of a failed concept, but I tried. There was an attempt. It just was not very good. Sir, get out of here. He had a piece of stone. He was trying to show it. Show it off. I can appreciate that. Yeah, so we'll just go back to doing this method. Because this was obviously pretty fine. We could even bump this out by a block. Then you might need the slab. And then we'd be good. Oh right, yeah, no, I broke my observer chain that was over here. So this is just powering basically a dropper. There is other things that we could use here, but a dropper is probably the cheapest one. Without loss, anyway. Because, like, obviously you could do a trapdoor, but items would, like, fall down there. So I wouldn't want to do that. Let's see, anything else that we could do? There are other things that exist, but a lot of them have less than full hitboxes. Yeah, observer can't be moved out any further. Also, hi, Wi-Fi. Did I say that already? I don't know. I feel like I did, but hi. Hi at any rate. Hi 3 times, anyway. Do I have a Ravager sugarcane farm? I do. I made a video on one at some point. I think if you look at my video on what's the best sugarcane farm, I think it's in there. I don't think I made a tutorial on it, but, like, you just kind of spam bone meal some sugarcane, and then that's kind of it. Redstone lamp. Yeah, redstone lamp would work. This thing might produce more bone meal than it uses. We actually need to test that again. Let's go ahead and kill all of our items. We'll turn this off real quick, and then we'll put a stack of bone meal in there. And we're going to run this much faster than normal, just to see. So we don't have to wait like the 2 minutes, you know. Oh. Oh, my kill item switch is on. Well, so much for that test. Whoopsie doopsie. Let's go ahead and clear the platform, kill the items, and put our stack of bone meal back in there. And then we'll have a proper test of it. And then we'll see how much we get from it. It should be around about 10 stacks. It might be like 10.5 stacks, though. We'll see. Farm needs more lamp. Oh, don't worry. It'll have some lamp in it once it gets built on the server. Also, we might be able to make it shorter. So if you look at where the items are actually spreading, not very many of them are on the very far edges of the 7x7. They're mostly in a 5x5 area. So we might be able to make the farm shorter. Yeah, look at that. 10.5 stacks. I think making it slower actually made it slightly more reliable. Or maybe more of the blocks stop moving by time it actually gets bone mealed or something. Yeah, so 10.5 stacks. Or sorry, not 10.5. 9.5. Although that one had 10.5 last time. Interesting. Interesting. That's actually the lowest return out of all of these. I guess there is just quite a bit of variation in the RNG. Fascinating. Fascinating. So I guess the average is just 9 or 10 stacks then. Because we had 10.5, now we have 9.5. And this one's 10 stacks. Okay. RNG be like that. Yeah, that's why it's better to run it for like a 10-minute test. And then go from there. Or like even better is 15 or 20 or 30 minutes. And then you'll get a more well-rounded average instead of a minute test. But to give you a general idea for your rates, like this is fine. So this would be slightly bone meal positive if we got 9 in some stacks. Like almost 10 stacks, that's basically bone meal positive. Boop. Throw all that away. Okay, so there's not really much else to do with this. We'll break those out. We do need to save these signs. And now we need to actually stack this thing up as well. So let's go ahead and turn this off and then start stacking. It should be fairly easy. But yeah, I think we might be able to make it like a block or two shorter. That might work out for us. I think we can also get rid of some of these corner blocks. Besides that one. We shouldn't have any loss anywhere. Yeah, well, you know what? Before we copy this up, let's go ahead and block off these areas real quick. So now it's just like a solid 5 by 5 area. Technically, we could even block off this. Have it be purely 5 by 5, but we were seeing a lot of spreading in this area, I believe. So here, I'll tell you what. Let's go ahead and try and get like a little bit of a heat map of what this looks like. So we'll put a bunch of bone meal in there. Turn it on. Speed it up, and then we'll see where items land. Because they should be concentrated mostly around the center. Yeah, we're only seeing a very couple on these outer edges, so maybe we truly only need that 5 by 5 area. Also, Alex, thank you very much for the super chat. Is this more compact than the OG design? In theory, yes. We're trying to make this one as compact as humanly possible. Also, that is a very cursed villager profile picture. I just look over to my other screen and I see just like the most... I'm not gonna look at that anymore. Yeah, so it's supposed to be as compact as it can be. I think we can get away with just like a solid 5 by 5. That's probably gonna hurt our rates just the tiniest a bit. And then getting rid of like these hoppers or this area of you know, the redstone would be really productive for getting us more rates back. As long as no longer 24,000 an hour. Yeah, I mean we'll do proper rate testing once we finalize the design. You know, we're just trying to get an idea of the rates right now. Yeah, if we could power this from like this side, it would be great. That would be great. That works. Okay. Well, that just gained us a couple pieces there. Oh, right. See, then we still have the problem with, like, the shifting floor. That's why we haven't done that. Because there's no way to harvest that. Unless you also do 2 pistons going down. But then you have to, like, figure out item collection. Yeah, that's why we haven't done that middle slice. The trunk loaders in Bedrock there are not. No can. This is technically more expensive than the previous method with just the dropper right there. Because the dropper is only 1 redstone. This is like 4 extra redstone. Okay, let's go ahead and turn this thing off. And then we'll run a test with a stack of bone meal and see generally what our rates are. Turn off the kill one. Turn on the teleport one. Nope. Speed up the game so we don't have to wait. I think a 46 3050 would be fine. I'm using a 3080, so like any modern GPU that you get is going to be more than enough for basically most any game that you want to do. As long as you're trying not to run like 4K Ultra HD. That was supposed to be a rate test, not a speed test. I did run that test wrong. See, this is the things that you find out when you're streaming. I forgot that I have a Coke man. Right then, well, I guess we need to wait the proper, you know, proper minute and a half or whatever for that. Where is my timer at? Did I close it? I must have closed it. How to make my iron farm? Stacking iron farms. That's basically all there is to it. You just gotta stack the villages. So I built them far out and then moved them inwards. I made the whole video on that. Or really, it was like 2 videos. Because the first one, they all exploded. And then over the next couple of episodes, I fixed them. But mostly, it was broken because I needed a bed further down for the village to actually count all those villagers. For some reason. It shouldn't have needed that, but alas. And also, yeah, the colors for the farms is just ray tracing and lighting, really. Okay, so we're at 32 bone meal, and that's 54 seconds. So 108 seconds. And then we'll see how many items we actually get from this. I guess we could have used the rates from the last one, because we know the farm takes, you know, the same amount of time to run. It's just like, how many items do you get from it in that time? No flowers in the inventory either. And then once we figure this out, figure out how bad this is, we can go ahead and start stacking up the farm. And each one of these farms can have different items in them. We can also figure out the proper item collection. That'll be good. Okay, so that is 1:48. So basically the same as last time. The real question here is just how many items do we actually get from this? And it's about 8 stacks and a half. So you lose a couple, because we're looking at around about 10 stacks, 9.5, 10 stacks. My age has not been revealed, but at 750,000 subscribers, I'll do an age reveal. We're at like 685 right now, or something like that. So we're there. We're only like 60-some thousand away. Go subscribe. Yeah, let's make a line of these in here. So it's probably worth the extra resources just to have this thing be slightly larger, you know? Just like definitely have these ones. But I think we could get rid of these ones out here. I don't know. It's not really gonna like increase your lag or anything to have the slightly larger farm. And it just gives you... No, I guess we're like 60-some thousand away. Because there's the 50, and then the 60, the 50, and then the 10, and then like the 7s. We're like 67,000 or something. I don't know. How many subscribers do we have? I don't actually know. What's the YouTube channel say? 683. Yeah, we're like 67,000 away. Or 73. I don't know. Numbers. Listen, don't worry about it. We'll get there when we get there. Okay, let's go ahead and stack up this thing, shall we? We're going to copy it from here. Oh wait, one of these structure blocks was the permanent one. I think this is the permanent one. That should be Wool Farm 2. And then we're going to make another one of these just for stacking. Wool Farm 1, I guess. And then we move this one in. It's going to be lined up right there. I don't know how your size got reset, but okay. So we're not going to copy these blocks down here. We're just going to copy the bare minimum of this farm. So we will have to put the roof on this thing now. That'll stop items from getting lost on the edges as well. These could technically... No, they can't be lower slabs, actually, because we need rails above this. Yeah, so those have to be, like, glass or some other block that you can put a rail on. And then we'll make that one 11. Make that one, like, 8 or something. 9, maybe. Okay. That should be fine enough, and then we'll need a block right there and there for the rails. Oh, and then actually figuring out item collection will be a problem as well. Let's do Flower Farm 2 for this one. That got reset, of course. My dimensions always get reset on these things. If you leave the thing without saving. Yeah, so it's 9 by 4 by 11. Which is not too shabby. We could make that 9 by 4 by 9. Or even actually 7 by 4 by 9. Okay, now we can stack this guy up. Just go a block above the rails. Just like that, okay. 2, 3. And then we should be able to tie all these together really easily. With just that one redstone torch tower. That's pretty much already put together. Oh, okay, so we have to figure out how to power these rails, and that's going to be, I think, just redstone blocks and the floor. I think that's really the only way to power them. You could have a lever, like, well, no, because this floor shifts. Yeah, no, redstone blocks in the floor. That's the only real way to do that. Okay, we'll go ahead and resave this, actually. So we don't need to do this for all the floors. We'll simply put in some redstone on the bottom right here. Switch that over to save, and then reload this. Oh, that's messing up my rails? Oh, okay, so structure blocks are really dumb with rails. I forgot about that. It's my favorite food. I like lasagna. Lasagna is good. Lasagna's great. Can't go wrong with that. And then I think it's what, golden rail? Yeah, it's still golden rail. They haven't changed that after all these years. I didn't nuke my rails down here? Okay, good. Yeah, so if you try and like overwrite rails, it just does not go well. Those ones on the end are getting twisted still too. This is also really bad if you try and like rotate structures. It just kind of ruins your like trapdoors and your stairs and all those things. Okay, that should do it. So now we have a bunch of these things stacked on top of each other. No real item collection to speak of, but we can figure that out at some point. And yes, Cool Cat, you're correct. TNT does drop 100% of blocks. It's not something I've really put to use, because TNT still isn't really that great with the mining and the crafting and the rarity of it. But if you have TNT duping, then it's great. Also, we need to put a bunch of bone meal on all these guys. We may have forgotten about that part. And it looks like you can actually just kind of walk in there and swap out your flour. Wow, that's really convenient. Look at that. Wow. Incredible job, guys. So if you really wanted to, you could. It's not something I'll personally be doing. Oh, that's steal my items. Okay, let's just put some in there. And then our texture pack is not on. Oh, it reset. Why is it reset my texture packs every single time I load the game? Does anyone know why that happens? Does that happen to you guys? I feel like it only happens to me. Just one of those things. One of those bugs that is just for me. Also, did our Twitch chat get turned off? I think it did. It's not showing up on stream anymore. Can we get some... Oh no, there's a Twitch chat. We just had YouTube chat taking up the stream. That's crazy. You eventually planning on trying to figure out a... eventually planning on maybe trying to figure out TNT blast chamber to knock down tree. Yeah, trees are like the one real area that you would want a blast chamber for. But if you're going that route, then you might want to mess around with ghasts. There is the possibility of that. This sheep has been here the whole time. Yeah, so ghasts can break wood perfectly fine. It's just that ghasts are very annoying. We're building flower farms. Right, so this is actually powering our hopper right here, which, you know, maybe isn't a bad thing, because that means that you're not going to stockpile all of this thing completely full of bone meal. Your stockpile of bone meal is going to run out right here. So maybe that's not actually such a bad idea. Because you don't need to fill that entire thing, right? And in theory, you could just run a water stream in there with bone meal too. Anyway, so this thing should be good to go now. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 6 layers. Let's grab some different types of flowers, shall we? And, I don't know. Right, you can't just search flower. Because they're not all named flowers. You gotta go find the little tab of flowers. What do I want to do? I wish we could bone meal wither roses. Man, that'd be sick. We're gonna do this one. We're gonna do this one. Wish we could bone meal the cactus flower too. That would also be sick. We're gonna do cornflower. We're gonna do 6 of them. I don't know which 6 it is, but 6 of them. I know it's one of these 3 are some of them. Oh, cornflower. We already have cornflowers. Was it allium? That's magenta. We don't need magenta. I don't know which ones it was. It might have been... No, orange tulip. It doesn't matter. Let's just pick some random flowers. Get a lily of valley in there. Let's get a... Let's go for the good old dandelion. I don't feel like dandelions get enough respect in the Minecraft community. Oh wow, you can actually break it out from all the way back here. That's crazy. Reach. Did I put 2 cornflowers in there? Oh no, this one can get replaced. There we go. Okay. See how laggy that is. You know what? Each floor moves at a different time. That really shouldn't be that laggy. Come on, monitor. Don't full turn off. My left monitor just got no signal. No, you definitely have signal. If you turn off, all my tabs are going to get rearranged, and I really don't need that right now. Please do not rearrange absolutely everything that I have, because I have like 20 windows open, my dude. If you do this to me, I will not forgive you. This is my good monitor too. Why are you turning off random? You know what? I had this issue before the stream started. Okay, I'm gonna have to turn it off. Everything's gonna get rearranged. Something might break. Whole stream might go down. Everything might collapse. Oh god. Oh no. Everything's on the wrong screen. My right screen just went landscape mode, even though it's a vertical monitor. That's not good. Let's turn that back on. Oh jeez. Now there goes all the problems. Right. Where did all my screens go? Oh no, there's like 30 screens on my one screen. I gotta take a screenshot of this. This is horrible. That's too many screens. Too many things on one screen. Please give me a moment. I don't know why that happened. I swear. Everything just likes to break sometimes. Is that good? No, we gotta move that over. We gotta move that over. Okay. We survived. We survived, everybody. Where's my chat at? Gotta read the chat still. Everything got flipped around by Windows. Absolutely, yeah. It's just one of those Windows issues. Let's go ahead and teleport items. Let's do a radius equals 50 on this one. Ah, that just killed all my items. Cool. Well, that's great. Yeah, this is great, actually. Look at this. Yeah, so this actually shouldn't be that laggy. I think this is pretty good. We have the torch tower for built-in delay. Sheep is just chilling in a hole down there. Yeah, so each one of these is activating at a different time. So it's boom, 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 all the way up. And then if we really wanted to get more delay in there, I think we probably could. If we did it something like this. Yeah, I think we could get even more delay in there. If we really felt like slowing it down and decreasing lag, which might be a good idea. Especially if you're going to build this on a server, that might not be a bad thing. And also, this isn't really a farm that can, like, break, per se. Although we are going to have quite a few hopper mine carts in here, so we'll need to double-check all of our carts every now and again. Make sure none of them have despawned. Although if they're all in one chunk, then we should be pretty good. Yeah, so now only one layer is moving at a time. So it stops and then the next one starts. And we can see this a little bit more clearly if we turn down the game speed just a little bit. You can see a bit more of what I'm talking about here. So that one moves, then that one moves. Yeah. Well, technically we have two of them moving at once because by the time the signal gets all the way to the top, the bottom ones start moving again. But I think this is actually pretty fine. I wouldn't consider this a laggy build. Even on 5 times speed, this isn't really doing that much. Sure is producing a lot of flowers, though, so that's cool. Is there a tutorial coming for this? Yeah, there might be. This is mostly for our truly Bedrock base, but that doesn't mean that we can't make a video on it. 2 videos on it. That's the nice thing about building a technical base, is I can get 2-for-1 videos. Well, technically, it's not quite 2-for-1, because this is like a full episode. Yeah, this one could be replaced. And then something like that. But yeah, I mean, you could stack this as tall as you wanted to. So that's pretty neat. So you could do this for like all... I almost said 16. How many different flowers are there that you can bone meal like this? 16 different colors, but like, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13? Yeah, 13, because I don't count these as 2 different flowers. Also, yeah, there is a couple pieces of dirt back here that I did forget to remove after our little test that we did. Thanks for calling that out. Wouldn't want to... Well, there goes the inventory. Wouldn't want to waste you guys 3 pieces of dirt. That's not something that would make it to a tutorial, though. Don't worry, I would catch that. I did actually notice that earlier. I just refused to break it out. But now you guys get to make fun of me for it, so that's a win-win. You think the number 13 is unlucky? And this the year 2025? Man, I got some like stuff to peddle you if that's the case now. Okay, so let's figure out these minecart unloaders. We'll go ahead and turn this off. I love that we have a single clock for this entire build. And remember, you can make this thing produce up to like 152,000 items an hour, so that's 150, 300, 6, that's 900,000 items just from this little tower. If you really wanted to, there would be absolutely no way to collect any of that or anything. Is it good farm patch? Nope, still works. All the farms very good. What mod is that? We're not using any mods, but we do have a couple of texture packs, of which you can find the links to in the Discord. Okay, where's our minecart loaders? I think we have them all over here. I guess we have like 2 over here. I had a whole video on minecart unloaders. It was right here. Where did it go? That was like 6 years ago. It has migrated to a better home. And I don't know where that was. It was definitely right here. This is where I made that video. Because this is where these are. So like this is obviously too much. I have all my where's all my minecart unloaders? Did I lose them? I mean, it looks like they got copied out of that area. I had like 10 different types of minecart unloader. Oh boy, I don't know where that would be. Oh, you know what? It could be over here. We have some minecart stuff in this general direction, probably. Yeah, cobblestone generators. We got this disgusting area of storage tech. Yeah, it might be somewhere in here. Oh god. Oh god. This is the depths of the redstone world right here. Don't avert your eyes. It's hideous. Another multi-item sorter I need to make a video on. That's the previous multi-item sorter. I'm still really happy with this build. Oh, here we go. Yeah, I wanted to make a version like this in the base, because look how many of these farms you can have in one area. This is straight from the Truly Bedrock season, last season. We built all this in survival. And, this is pretty horrible. A dripstone water farm, wow. Got really hard up for some content, didn't we? Oh, I have no idea where the minecart unloaders are. I figured they would be in this area. Oh, these got completely ruined by the structure blocks, didn't they? This was pretty cool tech, actually, but it got destroyed by structure blocks. I gotta copy that in with Amulet. I don't have minecart unloaders. I got so much stuff in this world. There's the melon and pumpkin farm we're probably gonna build. Yeah, it's definitely not over here. Okay, well, I guess we'll figure out how to design some. How did we... Where'd you guys come from? I didn't put you over there, so where'd you come from? They escaped from somewhere. The horror! Yes, exactly. Your dog ate them? Oh, come on. That's not very healthy. Oh, I forgot I built up the cactus farm really high. That's going to be an eyesore, but not as bad as this. Tripstone to build limit. Right. Well, no idea. Unless it was over there with the storage tech. Hold up. Did we check the storage tech area? The one of, like, 3 storage tech areas that I have? Really need to reorganize this world, but that would take so much effort, and I don't need that. I lost a farm. I lost, like, 10 different minecart unloaders. It was in that area. I must have structure blocked them out. These are all just item filters. We had to move some of this stuff around because the block museum had to be expanded. We still haven't done that. I still haven't pasted all that stuff in there. These are just standard item streams. None of these are minecart unloaders. Okay, well that is the area that I thought it might be in, but it ain't. Furnace arrays. This world's a mess, but it's great. We love it. This entire building area is like 8 blocks higher than it should be because I never flattened it. Because I didn't think I would ever end up building over here. This is from like 6 years ago. We've really expanded so far. Once we get out to like there, then you'll know that we're running out of room. That's where I built like the quad iron farm. That was like 1,000 blocks away when I built that. It's like we hadn't even built all of this yet. We were still over at the kelp farms. We've really expanded. I need to flatten more area though. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Show us the spruce tree farm. There's a whole video on that if you were wanting that. It's over there though. Somewhere over there beyond the cactus tower of doom. How embarrassing. How embarrassing. I don't think I lost it. I think it's just gone. I think it moved. It just, like, left. It decided that it didn't want to be part of the world anymore. Right, let's figure out how we actually make ourselves a minecart unloader. Surely I can remember that. I can pull that out of the depths of my brain. Probably. Let's find out. This looks about right. And then we will try this out. Put some stuff in there. Move it all along. We got a baby donkey over here? What are you doing, bud? Besides getting ran over by a train. This is also not unloading items. Oh, it's because it has... Did I not put the items in there? I guess I picked them up. Doesn't have anywhere to put the items, though. There you go. Why'd the donkey cross the tracks? James, welcome into the chat. You love my cameo in the Minecraft movie? I know! I was so glad to be there. They flew me out to LA for that. They didn't. Because that's not where the movie was filmed. It was filmed in New Zealand, I believe. Oh! That was some serious lag right there. That was like a full-on stutter. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but like that was crazy. Yeah, I was hoping they would show more zombie piglin in the movie because piglin, zombie pig man, because it was like a whole big part of the story. It's like, oh, you know, I can't go to the overworld. We're gonna get zombified. They bring it up like 6 times. It's like they invent a whole new method for the piglins to not get zombified, so that they can do it. And then they don't even show a proper zombie pig man. It's like, come on. You had one job. Show a zombie pigman. What are you doing? I should have walked out of the theater right that moment. They showed it like a little bit. It wasn't very good, though. They could have done better. They let down zombie pigman everywhere. What's the best XP farm in Bedrock? It's usually either going to be like... Well, Silverfish Experience Farm is very good. That's your answer. But also Guardian Farms or Gold Farms are also acceptable. Acceptable farms. So potion of unzombification. Yeah, essentially. Supplying this with a bone meal is going to be an interesting problem. How do we supply this with bone meal? Because you have to supply 6 different inputs, which makes me think that you need 6 different inputs, but like, surely there's a way to do it with 1. The way to do it with 1 would be, that's really annoying, would be to have it be like this. You pump bone meal up to the top and then you fill up the entire thing. Why do I have a comparator to the minecart unloader? Because that's how minecart unloaders work, right? So it's reading from the hopper. As soon as an item goes in here, comparator reads that, it turns out the redstone, parks the minecart right there. Basically, every cart unloader has a comparator. Minecraft movie, Java, or Bedrock? I think it was Bedrock. I don't think they would make it on Java. Yeah, I think it's gonna have to be like this. We have to fill up this entire thing of bone meal. Unless we do, like, a hopper minecart item distributor or something. But, like, look at this. Oh, man. That is genuinely horrific. Oh, true. Yeah, pots. Yeah, I was trying to think of something that would fill in that area. Why is... Potato. Pots are the very last thing that show up, even though it's actually a pot. I feel like the decorated pot and flower pot should show up first. With potatoes. Yeah, so I mean, you could do something like that. I mean, that would save you a little bit. Really not that much, though. And then, yeah, so that's horrible. So I think we would want to do like a minecart chest or something. We need to make a bone meal farm to fill it up. Yeah. James McMilner, thank you very much for the biddies. Yeah, I mean, the iron isn't necessarily the problem. It's the fact that it's a bunch of hoppers, and I don't like hoppers. So that's obviously the worst solution, because it's the first thing that we thought of. The first thing that you think of is oftentimes the worst, least thought out, least practical, worst way of doing things. Gotta put some actual thought into the process if you want to get good results. So, if we did individual water streams, we could divvy up some, like if we did 7 different water streams, we could divvy up items between those pretty evenly. And then we could have just like an item elevator go up to each of these. Or not an item elevator, but like a bubble elevator or something. Yeah, we could do a rail line, but the thing about like running a minecart over this is that it would only pick up like 1. Unless we ran the rail line directly through here. There is actually room for that. We could run a rail line on top of these hoppers. Run it out the back side of this. Drop it down. Because then it would pick up 4 or 5 redstone every time it does that, actually. Yeah, so that's an idea. So we would have a bubble elevator that sends a minecart chest up to the top. It would get out right here. It would go on a rail line. And then it would drop down, boom, to right here. And then it would go on a rail line, and then it would just kind of keep doing that cycle. So it would just kind of zigzag its way down. So how would it do that? Let's see. So run over the top, drop down, go this way, drop down, go that way, drop down, go that way, go that way. Okay, so it would drop out about right here. So this would be the end point, and then it would go get, refilled with some bone meal at some point and sent back up. You might need 2 though, because unless you're running this really slowly, it's not going to have enough bone meal, right? Because it's going to take probably, a minute to complete that whole loop around it. Unless we did it with 2 mine carts, in which case you could cut that time in half. So that would technically be a solution. And that's really the thing that I can think of for that. Unless you wanted to come in here manually and you could just put like a full chest of bone meal. And then like that would take a while to burn through. That's also probably it's the second worst way to do it. Behind the hopper line. The hopper line is the worst way to do it. But yeah, we definitely use a bubble column to send that up. That'll save you a lot of rails and also be just way smaller. Thought about making a goat horn farm. I mean, when they added goats and goat horns, I kind of thought about it, but it wasn't really like, who uses goat horns, right? There's a couple tutorials for it, but there's not much tech there, right? It's just kind of throw a goat in an area with some armor stands and a hopper. Breed up some goats. Right then, so that's the one problem for bone meal distribution. The second problem is getting items out of the build, and that's where we need to actually build up the distribution. And not only do we need to distribution, I guess it's not distribution, it's collection. This is where we need to actually figure out how we're going to do item collection. So we're gonna build it up on this layer. We could build up a collection like our first minecart unloader down here, but I want to build it right here because this has the limitation of the floor above and the floor below. So like we can't, have a block right there, for example. Also, I would like there to be a singular item dropper. So I want like both of these guys to run into the same auto dropper. So items from both sides of the farm will run into here, and then they'll get auto shot out. And maybe we can make them like shoot to the side or something. So that's kind of the goal there. If we can manage that, that would be cool. So maybe we'll stop our minecarts like right here. I'm fine with going outside of the bounds of the farm. I try to make my farms very compact, so keep all the redstone in. So I don't want to like add in an extra redstone line out here, because suddenly the farm's an extra block wide, right? But for the item collection, I think that ship has done sail. There's not really a good way to do that. Unless we like churned it. Unless we turned it. That was ambiguous. What farm? We're working on a flower farm. Of all things, we're farming flowers. This is a stacked flower farm. So we got 6 of these layers going up. Is it out of bone meal? Might be out of bone meal. Oh yeah, they are out of bone meal. Well, that's why we need a distribution system. Why is Whispercraft called Whispercraft instead of Whispercraft? Whispercraft with an H? It's because we had the ability to spell it right, so we did. I didn't have the ability to spell my name right, because somebody stole my name, so that's why we didn't spell my name right. Reasons. Yeah, just reasons. Right, so how are we going to get that hopper minecart out of there? Or that chest minecart out of there? Yeah, there's a couple things that have changed about the gold farm. Technically, I need to make it like a version 2 tutorial of that. It's on the list of things to do, of which it's a very long list. So we need to leave room down the middle right here for that cart to go back and forth. So let's carve out a little bit of room right here for something like that. Can you not redirect my rails? Thank you. Rails, they're annoying. Yeah, we could have spelled it with no H, but, you know, whatever, right? To-do list number 19,372, age reveal. Something like that. It's on there. We do need more than that many subscribers to get it to an age reveal. Also, thank you, Thortod, for the super chat. Could use autocrafters to make it just a dye farm, because it's the only thing flowers are useful for besides decor. Yeah, so we could do that. We could actually replace the dropper on our auto dropper with an auto crafter, and then it would shoot out just straight up dye. So that's 100% accurate. Yeah, that's definitely an option. You bet Silent has an age with 2 digits? Wow, you're about to be surprised. Maybe. No comment. Can not confirm nor deny such salacious allegations. Yeah, so technically this would be just ending at a drop-off, really. So it just needs to get beyond the border of the farm, and then it's just going to fall straight down. And sometimes it'll come out like this, though. So it'll drop down, and it'll land like right there, and then it'll just go on its way. I think we're going to need 2 auto droppers, though, because like this middle section is getting taken up by that. Unless there's a better way to do that minecart. Unless we can like drop it down, make it go this way, hit a block, turn around, and then drop down again. I don't know if there's a way to do that. Interesting idea. Can we try that somehow? Let's mess around with that idea, because that would save us maybe a little bit of building effort. It would also open up that entire side for a singular auto dropper. I thought we were going to get to the bee farm tonight, but I guess that's going to be a second live stream. Yeah, so if we drop a cart down from above, allegedly, then it would go on like that. Oops, not like that. Hold on, let's actually try dropping it down. Now, dropping carts down is a little bit finicky, as you might remember from our Wolf Farm episode of Truly Bedrock. We're having some issues with the carts just not falling down. So is that going to fall down? It does. So then it falls, and then can we make it like drop down again? Can we just keep repeating this cycle of cart violence? Yes. I mean, technically this would maybe work, right? And then it would distribute twice as much bone meal per layer, right? Because we'd have to go over the hoppers twice. This is a really stupid idea, and it gets like progressively further out. But I mean, we could like turn it. We could turn it. I mean, that does work. Yeah, so we could drop it up to the top with like a bubble elevator, insert it somewhere somehow. I guess the top layer, or maybe we would like insert it over here, and then it would go there and back up. We could also just do like a activator rail. We could do like turning rails, because this is obviously like the bad way of doing it. But I do like this because it is stupid. Well, Real Amzo, welcome back for 17 months of resubscribing and 17 months of me butchering your name. How you doing? Poor cart has feelings too. That's to be determined. Okay, so if we made it like this, and then let's see, we're gonna have to have. Actually, this would be a detector rail. Man, so many times in my videos, I'm like, use an activator rail. And I was really specific about this in the last raid farm video. I was like, activator rail, I showed it, I zoomed in on the name, activator rail, and then there's still people in the comments who built out a powered rails. It's like, man, I tried. It's just like the creeper farm video. I really, really hammered in the fact that it has to be made out of regular ice, like the kind that you can see through, and still, I get so many comments like, can I use packed ice? I'm like, bro, no. Also, packed ice is harder to get, so no. Please, stop. Get some help. Okay, so we can do something like this. So the cart can come in from one direction. If I knew any song lyrics, this is where I would put them. Let's go ahead and drop this down like this. Whoops, that needs to go a block further out. So that'll come in, and then, oh, apparently it just, cool, love it. Apparently that is enough to be weird. Okay, that one actually worked how it should have. So it should come down, it should go this way, and then it should come back and swap. Or not, I guess. Cool. How does that make any sense? How does that make literally any sense? Like, you're gonna land right here and then activate that before you're even over it, and then get twisted and turn and go. Bruh. Look at that. This is why we can't have nice things. See, that time it worked, but just barely. And yes, I know this one is a detector rail. It was part of the story. Built the raid farm, works very well, very nice. Never caught a stream before? Welcome in. Yeah, this is not our normal type of stream. We're just messing around with some redstone right now. And it's not going our way. But hey, we're making a cool stack of diagonal carts, so I mean, that's something, I guess. If it was a block further away, it wouldn't activate this rail directly. We would have to power that somehow, and then it's like gets complicated. Like 20% to the... Yeah, it's like none of them... Yeah, so the ones that go to the right land further off, right? We can actually see the distribution of who goes right. See, that one goes right. And see, yeah, no, they land further away. We got 3 to 5 right now. This is great. Maybe it's because the rails aren't... I mean, that shouldn't matter. Four to 6. Let's put regular rails on that. Why not? What's the worst that could happen? If it doesn't even fall off the edge. I guess that's the worst that could happen. We're trying to design a flower farm right now. Technically, we've designed the flower farm, but we're running into some issues with how we want to distribute the items and collect, or distribute the bone meal and collect the items. This is genuinely pretty bad. Someone gonna go even further now? Nope. Chicken, you're breaking my tower! Ah, bro, this is why we can't have nice things. That's why we can't have nice things, Minecraft.
Chicken jockey.
Why does group farm have to be ice? Because I said so! That's why. Anyway. It's gotta be ice because they spawn on ice, but they don't pathfind to it. The whole farm relies on pathfinding. If we build it out of packed ice, it's not gonna work at all. So, what if I move this over by 1? I mean, let's try it. Yeah, let's, that's the great thing about Minecraft. You can just try whatever you want. Something like that. I doubt that's really gonna matter. It might have a little bit more speed, so maybe that would catch it. Maybe that could help a little bit. Oh, maybe more speed was the answer. No, not the answer. Fail. That's so annoying. Lava chicken. Steve's lava chicken. I don't know the lyrics. Okay, well, that's disappointing. I expected better. I guess we're back to this stupid idea. Okay, so, I mean, we'll just make the cart goes diagonal. I mean, there's other ways of doing item distribution than that. So let's figure out how we want to do this. Maybe a laze would be better. Remember, short people's phones are less likely to get damaged when they're dropped. Until we meet again! Are you like Skeletor? You just come in and drop facts and leave? Is there a better way to light portals? Lava chicken or flint and steel. If you don't have fire spread on, you gotta use flint and steel. If you do have fire spread, then you can use fire. Let's see. I don't know how I placed it and opened the... Oh, okay. I guess it didn't get placed. Yeah, I placed the dropper and opened the hopper. I was like, that's not right. What the hell is that? A monstrosity of flower farmage. Yeah, so we need this to not be annoying like that. Thank you. Stop, please. God, no, stop. Thank you. Just like that. Yes, we need this to shoot out all the items. And how are we going to get that figured out? That's why I'm thinking maybe a laze would be better. Because, like, they just throw out items. Let's, I don't like using a laze, though. But, I mean, for this, maybe it wouldn't be so bad. I wonder if they would get moved around by the shifting floor, or if they can fly. Let's, how do you do this? Note block. And then we could, like, make them throw their items into a flower stream. Why would we need flowers? Die! Yeah, let's get an lay in there. I'm just curious right now. So note block would go right here. That's gonna make noise, right? And then that should tie to that guy. And then I guess you'd have to get some wool in here. Bro literally said die. Yes. Both die, D-I-E, or D-Y-E. Either of them is acceptable. Either one is perfectly funny in this capacity. Oh, right, and then we gotta give this guy a flower. What are we doing? Blue orchids? He's not gonna get out of there, right? Hey, buddy! Hey, pal! Oh, there's my item. Hey, dude! There you go. Okay, let's put some bone meal in there. You need 2 allays per layer. But maybe that would be the simplest method. I'm curious to know, like, how do other people manage these complicated problems? I'm sure it's not super simple. Instead of doing like a smart auto dropper, you could like set up an observer to read this redstone line, and then it would just like constantly be pulsing that thing. So maybe that would be better. That did get... Oh, no, it didn't pick up our bone meal because we have, like, the... Yeah. That's right. I forget about that. Just put it directly in there, shall we? Okay, so he's actually working pretty fine. Even with the moving floors. Like, we're moving the thing slow enough. He's, not really throwing them any particular place that we need them, though. Oh, that doesn't work because it's like, okay. Well, it's kind of annoying. Is he gonna throw items, or is he too far away now? He might be too far away. What if we put it, like, up there? Oh, right, that's gonna pulse that. Well... I don't know, man. Let's put it, over here. No, you can't put it right there. Okay, he's... Okay. That might work. We might be able to figure that out. Maybe. This doesn't have to be in this corner, per se. Got a bunch of redstone right there. But, like, that might actually work. Hold up, we might be onto something, chat. LAs aren't smart. They never have been. If I could get him to throw that, like, down... I need this guy to throw down. Can I get the thing to be, like, right here? If I can get this to be, like, right here, that would be sweet. If I can get him to throw those out of the build, we would be so good. Also, I think he has too many flowers. He doesn't know what to do. Come on, guy. Come on, guy. You can do it. You can do it! Did they fit underneath trapdoors? Because, like, that might be... He threw some out! Or maybe those just landed there. No, he's throwing them out. Is he? No, he's trying. Oh. I think he's sort of trying. He's sort of trying. Some of them are sort of landing out. Also, our music got paused. Can I build a clay farm? It's technically possible. However, it's not something that I have a build for. Okay, this guy got out now. No, please go back in there. Get back in the farm. He just has so many flowers to give me now. Please go back in the build. You need to be able to like control these guys a little bit better. Yeah, getting them in there might be a problem. Oh, okay, so he just flies right out of there. Cool. Well... This might be a problem for another day. Do you, one, build a slime farm for 2 slime balls, or 2, go hunting? Obviously build the slime farm. Clearly. I guess we can try lower slabs. RIP LA number 1 and 2. Okay, guy. He can do it. He can do it. He's not quite getting them out. Not quite. He, you know what? Oh, here, let's try some, like, walls. That might just barely do it. If we, like, did it like this. No, he just got out. Stop it! You're bad, LA! I love you, but you're bad! I love you, but you're stupid. Put that guy in there. Yeah, not quite, not quite. Hopper minecart in between. Yeah, we could put a hopper minecart like right here on this corner. There's got to be a way to do this. Can't be that complicated. I know it's plausible. It seems like it should be possible. Also, this farm's not even running at like any sort of capacity right now. He has a bunch of items. He just doesn't know what to do with them. See, he's throwing them. It might be the roof. I mean, if we're going to use a laze, we might be able to get rid of this roof. What if we had it, like, right there? Okay, throw it, like, up. We just need some way for him to get him out. Because I don't want to put him into a hopper. It's like, I mean, a hopper is, like, the easy way to do this. So you can just do like that. And then he'll just throw everything into the hopper. Yeah, he can just do that. Is that gonna work? I mean, he sort of tries. He's got his little nook. I don't know. I think he's trying. They don't really make it into the hopper. I think we need 2 hoppers in there. I think it's got to be like this. He's got to go in there a little bit further to really get him in there. There we go. See, now he'll fly back there and get all that stuff. This thing is not getting powered anymore. I don't know why he's still back there. Oh, I guess he had more items. I mean, that would certainly make the farm smaller. He's not keeping up, though. Or maybe he is. I don't know. This farm is faster than 2 hoppers can go, though. I didn't realize that until right now. 4 lays. Yeah, so we need to slow down the farm even more so that it's like less than 18,000 items an hour. And then 2 hoppers will be able to keep up with it. Yeah, I didn't think about that. Item collection really is the biggest problem. So that should cut down our rates to like, I don't know, 13, 15,000. And then let's throw all this away. And then let's do a real quick kill of all the items. And see how he handles it, right? This would get rid of quite a bit of the complication that we were going to have with this build. Quite a bit, actually. Can you do the hopper minecart breaking thing? Yeah, you could break the hopper minecarts. I'm trying to keep this as simple as we possibly can, though. That's the idea. Keep it as simple. Keep it simple, stupid. That's like, I should get a tattoo of that. The hopper cart inside slabs, it'll be quicker. Yeah, so that might pick up the items quicker, but we need this to be like super straightforward. Now, I don't know what the item capacity of an allay is, because like we have 2 hoppers in here. We could have both of these going to the side, and then technically that would be 18,000 per side, and then we could make the farm quite a bit faster, actually. But like if we're not gonna have that, then let's go ahead and save this as farm 3, and we'll make another iteration of this kind of general concept somewhere over here. Kind of getting into this mountain now, aren't we? Yeah, look at these rails. Oh my, bro, what? Come on. Structure blocks. This has been a problem for like at least 4 years that I know of. Probably as long as structure blocks have existed, that's probably how long this bug has been in the game. So let's figure out if we can get allays in here. I think using allays is pretty fine. To my knowledge, they're not like really laggy or anything. They're also not particularly expensive. Obviously it would be an extra entity, and it's like some pathfinding and stuff, but I don't foresee that really being an issue. Because like you already had the carts being an entity. Also this diamond block was breaking our redstone line. But for the time being, that's actually fine. We don't need all that. So let's see if we can't make this simpler. Probably gonna have to kill that allay. Sorry, bud. You're a clone anyway. You're not the original. Or are you? Should I make all my farms in survival? I mean, all my farms are indeed made for survival. So you certainly can if you feel like it. There's definitely a lot of people that have many of my builds in their worlds, which is pretty cool. I think so anyway. I think it's pretty cool. No bias, no bias. Such a long stream. Oh, it's not even as long as the last stream. Listen, we're not gonna kill. We're gonna free from his mortal flesh. See? Look at that. He sounded happy when he died. Take that as a win. Right then, so let's try and get 2 hoppers over here, and then we'll have both. Wow, there's a lot of items in there. And then we'll have the capacity for a much faster farm. I think that would be cool. So both of these would be going into a dropper, and then we can do some sort of auto dropper on that. And then yeah, we can have like our guy be right there. We can do like that. That's kind of a horrible sound, but the things we do for science. Okay, buddy, go collect those things. Oh, right, that's going to shoot out an item every now and again. And then, you know what we could do? This is really stupid, but, oh, okay. No, hold up. We can make this better. We can make this better by making it worse! Yes! Yes. Do you know what we're gonna do to make this worse? We're gonna make this so much worse. There we go. Just like this. Just like that. And then let's go ahead and kill all these items real quick. And we'll dump out all this. And I want to see if that would even keep up with it. Okay, little guy. Go do your work! Add diorite. That's... No, banned. Is it still killing items? No? Oh, it ran out of bone meal. That would make sense. Okay, guy. Go do your thing. Yeah, so he's gonna throw some items not onto the hoppers. As you can see, he's like missing sometimes. Although we are getting some into both of these. This does actually keep up. Let's go ahead and speed up the game. See how good this guy is. It looks like he's keeping up. Okay. Okay, this is horrible, and it's horrible in every way. Let's go ahead and do this. Let's make it faster, because remember, that was on the slower speed to get it under 18,000 items an hour. Is that going to be backing up our things? Not really. That seems pretty reasonable to me. This is horrible. I hate it, but also it works, so I can't hate it. This is my problem. Tune up the note blocks, that's more tolerable. I think I went all the way around. It was never gonna sound very nice. I guess we could put the note block like... yeah, no, it's always gonna sound horrible. Sorry. Yeah, gravity block dupers work everywhere. Can you speed up the game on console? I don't think so, no. Because we're using like an actual hack program to do this. I mean, I think he's keeping up. Is it just me, or like, is he keeping up? I don't see a bunch. I think the little dude's working. Little dude is working to his heart's content over here. We are going to make this auto burn the items, though, because I don't want all these items all over my world. Making a mess out here. Throwing flowers everywhere? What is this? Easter's over. Get out of here. Isn't Valentine's Day already behind us? There's no reason to throw flowers all over the place. Oh, I have fire spray turned on? The more you know. Okay, so let's turn up the farm until he can't keep up anymore. This could be very good for us. Let's just keep going. Let's break this allay. We're gonna work him to the bone. Assuming allays have bones. They seem kind of squishy. They might just be made of like gas and wings. We don't know. We don't know these things. Doesn't seem like he's really keeping up anymore. Work harder. Work faster. Work better. Yeah, we're also starting to slightly back up our... Yeah, so see, he's starting to throw items in a way where he just like kind of picks them back up again. I guess that's kind of always an issue of allays. Maybe we need to make his area a little bit larger. Frontiersman, welcome in. Brother, no, I don't want to put 2 allays in there. It's possible, but I refuse. He needs to be able to drop more items faster. Is our hopper full? Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. Huh. Well, that's not something that we can really solve unless we can! We can make that a double speed item filter. Double speed item sorter thingy. Yeah, we can double the capacity of that. Okay. We can do things with this. Hold up. Yeah, no, we can cook. We can do things. I'm liking this more and more, even though it's getting worse and worse. That's how you know it's a good farm. Oh, I'm sorry, dude. You escaped the farm. You must die now. It's just how it goes. Sorry, I don't make the rules. You get out, you die. Right, so I'm thinking we're gonna have to move him in so that it's kind of like this. And then we'll make this kind of shoot to the side. We will do something like that, and then I don't know how we're gonna power both of those at one time. I guess we would have to do like this, and then it would just kind of go up, but also down. But it can't. So we just have like an observer right here. That's not gonna be fast enough. Also, we can tune the nut block now, so that's nice. Yeah, this is horrible in every way. But he kind of needs to have that extra block right there so that he actually throws the items in there a little bit more. I think. Also, we can fill in a block right there. Hopefully that'll do it. Let's get a new guy in there. Any objections to this idea? We might be able to move this back in by a block. I'm not sure. We'll try it for now. That should make all the items fall straight down anyway. Now, where's my lay? And where's all my flowers that I just threw away? No matter how hard you try, redstone always looks janky. Sometimes. Not all the time. Most of the time. It's not, like, particularly pretty blocks, though. You're right. Yeah, I prefer if that redstone wasn't like that. We need to redirect it. There we go. Now it's not going to power the hopper. This guy might be cooking. Oh wow, it's faster than like the observer clock is pulsing. That's crazy. It's actually backing up our observer clock. Wow. That's why you put builds around them so you don't have to see the jank? Yeah. Where's the fun in that? Okay, this guy's cooking. But yeah, see how there's some items stuck right there? We did really speed this up though. Let's go ahead and pick up those items. That was like 2.5 stacks right there. 2 and some. Yes, this is definitely too fast for one allay. He's just like, he's getting overloaded. Poor little guy. I have no remorse. I'd do it again. Definitely a lot of items. Okay, let's move this back. And then see if we can't make this better. Get back up in there. Thank you, allay. I almost had to murder him. I almost had to do it. No, allay, get back in there. Get back in the farm. No, okay. He's gonna die unless you go back in there. Get back in the farm. There we go. Smart allay. Smart guy. Knows what's up. Smart fella. Smart fella. Let's see. I wanted to give him a chance. Is this thing full of items again? Not really. Seems like you need more than one hopper up top there for it, like, to actually throw all the items. Into the right spot and like catch them, you know. It would also be great if we could just find a way for him to drop the items down without us like having to need redstone. And maybe there is a way to do that. Hold up. Let's try this. I have an idea. It might be inhumane. But we're already trapping a lay in the farm anyway, so it's like, whatever. See, is he going to throw items down that little hole? Also, is he going to be able to fall out of there? That's another good question. Because if we could just, like, have a fence or a wall or something and the items fall straight down, that would be great. Because then we wouldn't need any of these hoppers, any of that redstone. Can you just throw them down? Just throw it down! Come on, guy. Come on, you can do it. Just throw it down the little gap. Come on. Glass pane's the best you're gonna get. He just can't do it. He can't do it! He's not a real marshmallow. I mean, a smart fellow. Yeah, I don't think any other block would really do it. Like, not even a fence or anything. Yeah, he just doesn't like to throw those items. Maybe if we, like, bumped it out a block. No, not like that. Because then he would have to actually walk in there. And then maybe he could throw him down. He's just not throwing anything. Yeah, he's kind of a dummy. You know, they're not very large creatures, so I guess they just don't have very big brains. It makes sense. There's only so much you can expect from them. Oh, and he can straight up fall out. Okay. I mean, that would be nice. Yeah, I want to find a way for him to, like, throw the items directly out of the farm without getting out of the farm. And it seems like the real way to do that is hoppers. Because that's kind of what they're designed for. Wow, he fits out of that even? It's like, now he's doing fine. Can we do like a wall? He's not going to fly back up in there though, is he? Man, I wish you could just like throw items into a water stream. Why weren't you coded for that? Just throw your items against this wall. Ah, he's so close. Oh! Okay! That's something? That would be nice if he could just do that consistently. We would be absolutely cooking. This would be fine. We fly down through powdered snout? Probably. Probably. You know what? There is that stair bouncing bug. Because if you have a stair and you drop an item on that, it bounces and it like moves off of the stair. So like we could try that. We could try it. I wouldn't really trust this. Do you think shaders will come to the Switch? The normal Switch? Not a chance. Very likely not. This is actually working. Oh my god! It's actually working! Everybody panic! It's working! Bro. What? Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. You think you can fit through there? That's crazy! Okay, let's move the note block in by a block. And see if he still does it. Come on, dude. You can do it. You can do it. At least you can think you can do it. Come on. Try. Try better. Why you no try? You no try. He is indeed a fart smeller. Oh, don't get out of the farm. What are you doing? You're stupid. You're stupid. Get back in the farm. Get back in the farm. Back in the farm. You know you want to get back in there. There you go. Smart guy. He knows enough to not get himself killed, but that's about it. Okay, so I mean that's not so bad. Some items still get dropped right there, but that's kind of to be expected. Can we have the note block right there? Is that acceptable? to the LA gods? Does his half a brain cell accept that as a possible solution? I don't think so. I don't think so. What if we did it like this? Well, it's not even powered right now. Oh, that actually works, sort of. He's kind of throwing them out there. Yeah, I don't really trust this, like, stair thing. But, I mean, it seems to be working right now. Yeah, if we have, like, a corner stair like that, I mean, hey. I mean, that seems to be working pretty well. He shouldn't be able to get out of there either. Right? Yeah, every farm that I do has at least, like, 20 iterations that go to it. I like to run through all the ideas. Not just the first idea, but all the ideas. All of them. Even the bad ones. Especially the bad ones. Want the chest in a boat collect faster? Want the chest in a boat. He can't put items into a chest boat. I don't know what you really mean. I mean, a hopper minecart would be slower than this. Also, you need a lot of redstone for that. Laser 0.6 blocks high. Oh, cool. Great. That's great to know. Yeah, so they should be able to ever get out of that. He can't get out of a slab, so yeah, this should be fine. So I don't really like this as a concept. I mean, I like that it works, obviously, but I would prefer to not have it be a bug. If we could have a wall right there and him still throw items out, like, I don't know why he's not just throwing it directly, like, hard at the wall, and then they would just, like, fall down, right? Like, that seems like it would be great. Like, obviously a couple of items got out of there, but not really enough for me to be willing to use that as a solution. So, the stair tactic was kind of the best that we got. Because, like, that works pretty well. Surprisingly, that works pretty well. Now, what if we just had, like, a normal block right there? Whoops. Whoops. Guy, get back in the farm, guy. Get back in the farm, guy. Come on. Yeah. There you go. Is what if there was just... Okay, so he's throwing them at this wall. Even though he can't reach the note block, he's still throwing them at this wall. Is there something we can do with that? I mean, it seems like the glass... No, the glass pane was too small for him to... Yeah, it was too small, so he's getting out of there. I feel like there's got to be a way to do this. Maybe, let's try a fence. Come on, guy. Also, skill these items. Don't want to overload the poor dude. Yeah, see, he's throwing items. He's just not quite getting them. Not quite getting them where he needs to. We could try... No, I think a chain would probably not work. I think he would get out of there. It's a fine line between, like, him getting out of the build and also doing farm things. Okay, you need to go back in there. Come on. Get back in there. I guess it's actually easier to just get him back in there to make a new one. Just get, like, summon a new one and throw the items at him. Upside down stair? Oh, yeah, we haven't tried an upside down stair, actually. He throws items really fast when he's outside the farm, just not when he's inside the farm. Okay, let's try that. I kind of doubt it's going to work. Also, we could try slab again. See, he's throwing some items. It's just not quite enough to be useful. I was really hoping that he would just, like, throw them down right here. Just, like, throw through that little gap, you know? Well, you gotta make a door for him to get in there, studios. Come on. Okay, what else can we try? What else can we try? There's gotta be something that's, like, halfway decent. has a solution here. Oh, you know what? You know what? You might be onto something with the chest boat idea, because items fall through boats, but entities can't. So you might actually be onto something there. I didn't quite understand what you meant at first, but you might actually be onto something with this. Or not. That boat just decided it didn't want to live anymore. Sometimes that happens. Let's see. You think he's gonna get out of that? Probably. The way this guy likes to be an escape artist. Yeah, well, maybe not. Yeah, oh man, look at that. And then he has to touch the side of the boat to actually get into the boat. Oh, I think he might be onto something here. This is actually intended mechanics here as well. So as long as he can't get out there, which it seems like he's kind of not, let's turn off the build, and then we'll kill items, and then sprinkle some items around down here. And if he doesn't get out, then like, I guess he's good. How tall is a boat? Quick, to the Minecraft wiki. We could push some blocks in there, but I don't think we need to. Yes, thank you, Funny. Funny Farm. Is that really your Funny 23 Farm? That's great. I mean, it seems like he's trying to go for him, it seems like, but he's not getting out. .7. .7? As long as it's over .4, then we're good. Look at this dude. Okay, this is clutch right here. On Bedrock, boats are 0.455 blocks tall. That's good enough for me. Good enough for me. It's over 0.4. Oh, my monitor turned off again. When I was reading chat, what are you doing, monitor? Is it because 82.7 degrees in here? Bro, why is this happening with this monitor? I turned off G-Sync to try and fix the flickering issues, and maybe that's what's causing this. My right monitor is not flickering anymore, though. Or at least it hasn't this stream. Where's it? Adaptive sync. Let's turn the G-Sync back on for this left monitor. Oh, God. Oh, no, that... Oh, jeez, that just reshuffled absolutely everything. Again. Yeah, my right monitor is a vertical one, and now it's in portrait mode, which is not good. Can I still read chat like that? I don't think... No, I can't even see chat. Nope. Right then, hold up. Why are you still portrait? I turned the monitor back on. Bro. Hold up. Oh, no, it flipped. Okay. So it thinks that my left monitor is on the right now. So if I drag my mouse to the... Oh, God, no. If I drag my mouse to the right, my Minecraft goes to my right screen, which is vertical, but now it's in portrait. And then off of the top of my right screen is now my left screen. Oh, how did you break the... Windows, everybody. Hold up. Bro, how did you break things that badly in like 2 seconds? Identify. Please hold. I gotta... Monitor 1 is on my right. Monitor 2 is like... This one's not even flipped correctly. This one needs to be in portrait flipped mode. Oh, that just flipped my center screen. Okay. Might be time... revert changes. Thank you. Identify. Number 3. Why is that one saying it's in the middle? What is happening? Windows display settings just absolutely died. I don't even know if the stream is still working. Okay. You'll have to excuse me. Whatever you're seeing right now is perfectly way better than what I got. Bro, I've no idea how this could have possibly broken this badly. Portrait flipped. Let's try and get that one right. Okay. Keep changes. Is that right? I actually just went through these changes like the other day to get my monitors lined up perfectly. Because my mouse, if I drag that to my right monitor, ends up like 3 inches higher than it should be. Which is not very practical. Okay, that'll just have to do for now. Jeez, let's get these windows back where they gotta be. Bro, what happened? Like, Windows... Is this how they make you upgrade to Windows 11? Is this their new tactics? Just make Windows 10 absolutely unusable? I did nothing to cause that. It was just like, just died. It just died in every way that it could. Okay, I think we're back to some semblance of normalcy. That was wild, though. Okay. Is everything where it should be? I think we're fine. What is this guy doing? Let's turn on the farm. Still on Windows 10? Of course I'm on Windows 10. I'm gonna be on Windows 10 until it dies. There's no reason for me to upgrade. Oh, is there some items right here or something? Let's get this boat, like, right here. I don't know why he's down there spinning around. Oh, is he trying to pick up those items? Is that why? Yeah, he was just trying to pick up those ones. Okay. So we'll have to make these items fall down fairly far. And then we'll just drive this boat in here. Just kind of like this. And then you're good. Oh, not like that. Not like that. Yeah, so it seems like he shouldn't be able to get out of this. He's like just barely a thing. Yeah, I guess turning on G-Sync like just completely destroyed Windows' capacity to understand anything that was happening in my setup. I don't know why it would rotate my right monitor and put that on my left and then think that my middle monitor is on the right and then my left, like, it just, like, did a full 360 on everything. But also, hopefully, my left one doesn't turn off randomly anymore. That would be nice. Now, I'm hoping with this that no items randomly land up on that boat. I don't really know how to check that. I guess we just, like, spectator mode our way in there? I mean... Oh, I guess we could set a hopper right there, and then if that picks up items, we would kind of know. Also, we're out of bone meal again. But genuinely, it seems like this is actually a good way to do things because these are all intended mechanics. It's intended that items fall through boats, but entities don't, as far as I'm aware. And then entities also have to touch the top of a boat. Or sorry, they have to touch the side of a boat to get into one, not the top. And like this is a thing that's been used in Trident Killers before. So I'm pretty fine with this actually. As long as we drop those items far enough away that he can't detect them or destroy them, then like look how quick this is. This is pretty good. And then if we can change where the note block is, that would be cool too. Like can we put the note block like up here or something? That would be kind of neat. Oh, of course, he kind of got out from that. Whoopsies. And can we have the note block above? I'm just trying to make this thing more compact, you know? Oh, whoops, these aren't facing each other. Is that going to work? It seems like it's not really... He's too down low. He's too down low. What you doing, dude? Oh, maybe he figured it out. Doesn't seem as quick. We've seen him go down plenty of times and throw the items upwards, though. It's like, in theory, this should work fine. Oh, yeah, see, he's throwing him on the edge still. You kind of want him to get in there and then throw him down. Yeah, see, like, that's working fine. He's definitely, like, a pixel higher than this, though. If it ain't broke, don't fix. That's... I fix all kinds of working things constantly. Okay, let's try putting the note block to the side then. Because it doesn't seem like above is really perfect. So we'll do it like this. If I can get that block, thank you. There we go. Now is he going to throw items inside? Seems like he likes to camp down there for a second. Kind of interesting. We had something happen. Hatterson, thank you very much for the super chat. Much appreciated. Enjoy money. I will. Thank you very much. That's going to go straight to the Minecraft plushie collection, which is expanding. I have like 12 plushies in the mail, but that's for the next stream. Talk about that later. I mean, as long as he's actually collecting all the items, I don't really care how long he sits down there, right? I think he's doing pretty all right. Let's go ahead and speed this up then. And see what we can do. We want to get this to the point where he starts losing items. Essentially, that is our benchmark. And it seems like we're kind of at that benchmark already. $20 plushies? I have 12. There's another 12 in the mail. It's 24. Do your math right. Okay, if he's gonna pick up these ones in the back, then we'll know if we're good or not. This might just be a little bit too fast. We might just be barely at capacity. But also, let's go ahead and kill them all just to give them a nice clean slate. And then we'll go from there. Oh, that was at 5 times speed. Interesting. I mean, it seems like he's kind of keeping up. What do you guys think? Is he keeping up? Kind of seems like he's keeping up. It's really hard to tell, though. I mean, he's going back and getting all these items in the back over here. Like, if he comes and picks up all this stuff, that means that he has, like, enough room to carry it all. And he's picking them up. So, I mean, hey. Getting the LA in there might be kind of annoying, but using a minecart should be fine, right? I think this is acceptable. We just massively increased our rates. Just by using LA instead of minecarts? That's crazy. I don't really like using allays because everyone complains about getting them, but if this works, then why not, right? Is he gonna pick all those ones up back here? I think he got them all. I mean, technically, we can move the snow block closer to the middle so that he doesn't need to, like, go all the way out, you know? If we can make the hole, like, right here where he goes in, then I think that would be fine. Because then you would have more of a central trip to fly around this place. So, let's do that. And then, yeah, so he's still down there. And then you can have the boat just, like, on this block, even. Don't know why I can't place it right there. There we go. Oh, okay. It might be slightly difficult to place that. Also, please go back to the farm. It's for your own good. Thank you. We're gonna put a... Sir, you're literally on fire out here. Go back into the farm. What are you doing? Go back into the farm. You know you want to. Get back into the farm. Go back down there. There's flowers in there. Don't you like flowers? I know you just want to give me flowers. Thank you. I appreciate it. You're such a cute little guy. Now get in the farm. Bro, I'm telling you. You don't get in that farm. You can have a bad time. Come on. Just go. Oh, bro. Okay, let's throw some, like, way back in there. He'll have to get in there. He's gone in there every time since. Sir? Okay, well, I guess he's dead. I guess he's dead. Just, he had a good run. He really tried. Sort of. Let's put the boat on this side, actually. Seems like it'll be easier to get that in there. He got some attitude, and that resulted in his immediate and quite gruesome death. I don't like this redstone that's happening here, but it is what it is. Oh, actually, you know what? If you're stacking this up, you're gonna have another redstone there anyway. Oh, right. This guy doesn't actually have a flower. Okay, you just want a flower? Go get some flowers. Okay. So technically, you would have 2 of these per side, which would be really annoying. This is the longest live stream yet. Maybe on YouTube. We've had very long live streams on Twitch before. But yeah, on YouTube, I think it is over 3 hours. So we'll come back to this at some point. I want to do some more work on this. Obviously, there's some things that need to be ironed out, some kinks that need to be figured out. I would love it if we could have both the allays go to 1 note block in the center. I think that would be pretty cool, and that's actually possible because we're gonna have, like, we can make the hopper line be a block higher, you know. So we can have those note blocks be in the middle, and I think that would be fine. Gardening farm stream was longer. Oh, I mean, technically, we've done other YouTube streams in the past. So, like, we just started streaming on YouTube consistently in the last couple of months. I don't know for how long, but it's been just a couple months. But we've done live streams on YouTube before, way back in the day. I don't know how long those were, though. Sure, the Bedrock, like, season 1 and 2 kind of deal. Anyway, that is about going to do it for today's stream. I really should have gone a while ago. It's getting late now, but thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, then, of course, drop a like, follow, do all those things. We stream every Saturday, Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. We are going to be having a Truly Bedrock stream weekend this weekend. I'm supposed to stream on Saturday. I don't know if that will happen. We're kind of switching up the schedule a little bit right now, but we'll see. Maybe I'll be on the Sunday. Maybe I won't be on the stream weekend. I don't know. We'll find out what happens. There's not actually anyone for me to raid right now, which is weird. Everybody's offline or doing other things in our Minecraft. So we're just going to wrap it up. But yeah, I uploaded a short today. I guess you can go watch that for like a minute.